Hello, my name is Travis Van Hook. This is my intracultural speech for the online speech class. Okay, it's about my roommate Adam Nowakowski, and he's from California. During life, you get so caught up in how your everyday life goes, and you don't even realize that there are different cultures in different places. I live on the most eastern part of the United States in Kentucky, while my roommate lives in California, the most western part of the United States. I have discovered in my speech that they have different agricultural changes, educational systems, and personalities compared to Kentuckians. The climate and natural weather occurrences in California are nothing like Kentucky's. In Kentucky, there are grassy plains, beautiful blue skies, and the weather changes with the seasons to give its residents a different feel of temperature and meaning. In California, the weather is mostly sunny and everyone is happy. But when you least expect it, the weather hits the state in other ways than sunlight. There are no disastrous weather changes in Kentucky that affect its land and residents, but in California there is. Earthquakes are something that happens a lot in the Sunshine State. They're usually short, not very strong, and everyone that lives there just kind of ignores it and moves on with their normal lives. California has a 99.7% chance of being hit with an earthquake with a magnitude of 6.7 or greater within the next 30 years. The most likely sites along the Hayward Fault, which runs through San Francisco Bay area, and the southern San Andreas, each of Los Angeles. This would cause quite the amount of damage to the community and the land that surrounds it. I live in Kentucky and am proud to live here, but I honor those who endure things like this in California. Even though the earthquakes are bad there isn't a big concern. Some people think that Kentucky's education system is bad, but they just haven't seen California's education system yet. Okay. California's education system is not like Kentucky's. They aren't as credible as they used to be. California's students' ability to read is ranked 49th in the country of the United States Department of Education. Our kids' ability to do math is ranked 47th, and we are second to worst in science. Your neighborhood school might be good by California standards, but that is a very low bar indeed. Our education crisis is a human tragedy and a looming economic disaster. Our country as a whole needs to work on the education system. California may not have the best education system right now, but I think that they will get back to the prosperous, great education system that they once had and that I praised to be taught at. California's weather and education system may not be the best right now, but I can tell a difference in their personalities and lives. My roommate, Adam Nowakowski, he is from California. He is much more different than me personally and personality-wise. I can tell this from when I interviewed him and asked him certain questions. Some of the questions I asked were, how do you act towards others? How do others act towards you? Are you like most of the people in California? Would you change the way California is? How California is, like personality-wise, culture-wise? Would you change anything about it? Like, would you change the fact that the earthquakes are there? Let's see here. When I would ask him about how he thought of himself, he replied, "I act like no one is above me and that I am better than everyone." When I hear that, I think of someone that is self-centered and they think too much about themselves. But this might be his way of keeping his head up and keeping his self-esteem up. And every one of us has a way of doing it. My roommate also sleeps a lot, and I just can't see how him and people in California sleep the day away like that. Now, personally, I can only wake up at 9 a.m. at the latest. But that's just me. That's the way my personality is. So I had to ask him, how did he sleep the whole day away and be tired when he wakes up? And the only thing he had to say to that was, I had no idea, but I love to sleep. Now, I may not live like he does, but I have to respect his lifestyle and personality just the way he respects mine. When you hear and think about the facts that I've just mentioned, you may think of it negatively, and negatively about my roommate in California in general. I'm not trying to give that impression at all. If you think really hard about it, you might envy the life they have. They are able to ignore possible disastrous weather occurrences. They've thrived in higher education, like college, even though their K-12 education system isn't the best right now. And they're able to act higher than everyone, relax, and sleep most of the day. Now, me personally, I would love to have a life of relaxation like they do, but I have my own Kentucky lifestyle and I'm proud of it. I hope I have given a brief, informative view about Californians as they are like, even though most of you haven't even met a person from California. And if you would like to know any more about my roommate or the lifestyle that California has, just ask me and I'd be glad to ask him and reply back. I hope you enjoyed the speech, and if you have any questions, just ask me. Thank you.